I think the best celebrity I served that was kind of really cool was Captain America.
So you actually served him though, like
I've served Snooki from
Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore.
It's kind of funny that the two different people you go from is Captain America to Snooki.
Well, it's funny because she didn't have the private room. She was in like the general seating, which kind of matched her status.
You are now listening to Trini D.
Classified.
They call me Trini D.
Declassified. Hell's Kitchen, Kitchen Nightmares, Master Chef, Next Level Chef, Food Stars, Restaurant Impossible. People love looking at food. People are always hungry. People are foodies now. People can see the different food and cultures we got. But people love good quality food. They love good tasting food. So here to help me discuss food, to help me discuss the restaurant business, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, my boy, Jimmy.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
What's up, Jimbo? How you been, man?
I'm good, man.
That's
I'm
good.
good. I'm happy to be here on the show.
We're happy to have you, man. Honestly, I needed somebody that could answer a few questions for me in the restaurant industry.
I'm here for you.
Before we get into that, though, man, I always ask my guests this at first. How are you, man? How you doing? How's everything going?
I'm good. I'm holding up well. It's always, I got a big family and a lot of responsibilities, both at work and at home. But, every day trying to do my best,
Keep your head up, man. I love it, especially with this weather and everything. It's a little gloomy.
Well, it's hot, and then it's
hot.
and then it rains and it's humid, so it's tough.
So let me go and ask, how did you before we get into the chef stuff, how was like your childhood coming up, man? Were you like a chef from birth? Were you one of those kids that was always cooking, or like what was your life coming up as a kid? And then what were your first couple jobs like out of high school?
Growing up as a kid, I grew up, on the west side of Orlando. So I grew up in a predominantly like Black and Latin community. So I think back in the 90s, all the kids we played outside.
Yeah.
We'll go knock on each other's doors and ask if they can come outside. But like you would always get like a glimpse of like another culture when you go knock on that door.
Oh, that's real.
So I think a lot of times growing up, my interest in food peaked when I go to different people's houses and seeing different foods and different smells, like, oh, my house don't smell like this, like, and I think that's what it started. And also, like, when grandma come and she's cooking with her hands and cutting fruits and veggies with her hands, and it's like you just see it at work, and you just kind of grow an appreciation because that's how they bless you with food,
No, yeah, for sure.
So I think that's where my love first started,
Where's your family from?
So my parents, they're from Costa Rica. I was born here, raised here, but culturally speaking, like, we spoke Spanish in the household.
Right.
But also being Costa Rican, like, you're kind of one of a kind. There's not a lot of us out here.
No, yeah, it's true.
So you kind of have to assimilate with other cultures to kind of get a little bite-sized piece of my culture, you know what I mean?
I get that, because at the top of my head, I'm trying to think what's a Costa Rican dish or food, and I probably can't really name it.
It's funny because it's like we all eat this. For me, because I've had to eat everyone else's food, and I go back home, it's like we all eat the same food.
Really?
We just prepare it different.
Okay.
We all eat rice and beans and plantains and chicken, and I think that's what's great about like the Caribbean and Latin America. Like we kind of have this big melting pot, and it does change from like country to country, but overall there's that like that sense of of just everything is kind of like created in-house, kind of,
No, yeah, it puts a new meaning to the word melting pot because we're all putting into that actual pot. What other countries or cultures did you have when you said you were growing up? You said you went to people's houses and you smelled different food.
One culture specifically, I think that really affected me with like the Jamaican culture.
Okay.
So one of my early childhood best friends, his name was Romain. And I would always go over and just, I mean, when you smell that real jerk chicken cooking or the oxtail, you're like, what? Yeah. You're like, what is that? And I think that for me, and it was such a culture shock because it wasn't like my other Hispanic friends, because it was similar to enough to like my food. So when it was, the Jamaican food was just enough different to where it just changed the game for me. And then also Haitian food. I had a lot of Haitian friends.
There you go.
So I think Haitian food too had its own take on certain things. And
All right, so I love the West Indian influence.
Yeah,
That's a good
definitely.
influence. So how did that get you into working in the industry? Like, what were your first couple jobs? Did you actually have any cooking jobs at first, or were you?
so
doing
my
something
first
else?
job ever
Yeah.
was Chick-fil-A.
Shout out! Oh, what a good first
You know,
job.
it was like a great first job. Like you got to sit in the booth and watch like the videos. And, like it taught you how to mop. It taught you all the stupid.
So you got to
like,
answer a question, man.
what's up?
How engraved is the words "my pleasure" in the training regimen for Chick-fil-A?
I would say that it was my pleasure before it was my pleasure, because this was 2000. Let's say 2007.
Okay.
So like my pleasure was there, but it wasn't what it was now. You know what I mean? So it was definitely
It was
like,
1.0, my pleasure.
It was 1.0.
And now we're at 2.0. My
Yeah,
pleasure.
those guys now are superstars. Like we weren't what they are now. That's for sure.
They didn't make you go outside with like an umbrella over your head during the heat
No,
season.
we weren't even outside yet.
Yeah, right. Because now they got the iPads. That they
Yeah,
take orders
no,
on.
even back then it was like Chick-fil-A was still kind of like oh, you're rich if you kind of had some Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Like, you know, like,
Mind you,
because
it's like
the
a-
dollar menu was still around.
I was gonna
This is back
say,
in the
yeah.
day, you get a little McChicken for $1.
I was
It
gonna say Chick-fil-A sandwich probably cost no more than $4, but you was rich, right?
yeah,
It was a
you felt good when you had Chick-fil-A.
So you weren't obviously cooking at Chick-fil-A. You were.
So I did a little bit of cooking. I was
Okay.
mostly like front of house though, so I kind of got to talk to guests. And,
nice.
And weirdly, today Chick-fil-A has instilled like certain customer service aspects in my game that to this day they hold.
Really, like at your new business, you look
Like
at
even to
Chick-fil-A.
this, like it was the training was so like spot on, and then like they choose the right personalities that kind of like buy into just giving an experience.
Yeah.
And I think even now I kind of have a buy-in mentality to my team.
That's great, man. Because we could see that they teach a lot about customer service, about customer representation. But that's interesting. You're kind of in it for the experience as
Yeah.
well. And if you take out of it what you put in, type situation, that's cool that was your first job and you still take from it.
Yeah, it is.
What else happened after? Did you take anything else from any other jobs?
I think my next job kind of set the course of my life.
Okay.
It was a surfboard that I chose to ride, you know. So my cousin, a distant cousin of mine, opened the pizzeria. He had like no idea what to do or anything. It was kind of funny. And I was just a kid, like I was 16 years old working at Chick-fil-A. Like I was like, sure, cuz I'll come and help you out. But it's long story short, it was where I started to do everything, you know. I got to touch and do and experience every part of the aspect. And this is like 2008, 2009, and it was called American Pie Pizza Company.
Oh wow.
So it was back then, yeah. If you're a native in Orlando, you probably been to the Winter Garden or the Ocoee location. We were the Ocoee location.
Oh, so you had multiple locations, so it was pretty good then.
It had a little run,
Okay.
but it was managed horribly
I
for sure. Now that I know better, it's like
was gonna say, was that because of you? Because you said you
no,
were doing
no,
everything.
not because I mean maybe. My cousin didn't know what to do, but it was a franchise, so they kind of did stuff for you, and you just kind of had to follow.
Yeah.
But when that place closed down, I really got to expand. You know, it kind of gave me like a little trial run of like, okay, you got to do everything, but like in a really fucked up way. Now,
Oh my god.
now you got to go and like, and then from there, you know, I go and I open over like 10 pizzerias in like Central Florida.
Nice.
So if you want to count American Pie Pizza, I opened that. Then I helped open Costello's over in Windermere.
Was this after American Pie shut down? or-
Yeah, after they shut down.
So how did that happen? Did you just
It was like perfect timing almost.
you just jump right into it? You just
I
got-
jumped right into it.
Okay.
And at that point, I kind of was like a little older. I knew kind of like what like my stuff from the kitchen.
more experience.
But there, I learned wood fire oven,
oh wow.
and I learned from a guy from Europe who ran a lot of businesses. So I always took a little bit, like my journey is you always take a little bit from where you go.
yeah. No.
You know, I eventually opened a place called Piefection over in Metro West area. They're still open to this day.
Wow.
And then with Flippers, I was a GM, a trainer, like an opener for them for years.
You helped open the Flippers location as well, or?
Yeah, quite a few.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was the GM for them. I was the AGM, AGM, then a GM. And then I opened multiple locations all throughout Central Florida.
Damn. So you went from doing kind of like smaller chains, smaller independent
So like
places,
a little bit more.
to a little bit more established places.
Yeah.
And opening up their restaurants. That's pretty crazy, man.
And then I did one more pizza shop called NYPD,
Okay.
which they're another spot that's been like there in Central Florida. There's quite a few different ones. I managed the one in Winter Garden. But then eventually I was like, you know what? I gotta get out the pizza game.
How many years of pizza is that?
At this
bro?
point, I've been running pizza game like I'm like going on like 26, 27.
My God. So you're talking about almost 10.
I'm like 10, 11 years in now.
You're a decade into the pizza game.
I'm a
bro.
decade in the pizza game, and like, and mind you, this whole time I'm going to Valencia. I'm doing the whole, I eventually wanted to do like accounting, and then realized like, you know what, my passion's in the kitchen.
So that's 10 years in the pizza game, which, by the way, I've never heard anybody say, I got to get out the pizza game. That's a first for me. Like, that is like, most people got to stay in the pizza game. That game is too good to get out.
I feel like the pizza game never really leaves you, though. So you got to kind of keep it going. So that's kind of what happened. So there was like a opening, the brand new restaurant, International Drive, right? Sister restaurant to a very reputable restaurant, which is Cafe Tutu Tango. And they're opening Mia's Italian Kitchen.
Mia's Italian Kitchen.
Yes. Scratch kitchen. It's like, taking things to the next level. I was like, perfect. It's Italian food. Even though I'm a pizzeria, like, it's right there, and I can like get my foot in the door with like my pizza knowledge, my dough knowledge, and then I got my foot in the door, and that's where I like elevated my game. Definitely, I went through the ranks, and eventually became the executive chef there.
The executive chef.
Yeah, I did that for a while, and then I bounced back between Cafe Tutu Tango and Mia's a little bit. At Cafe Tutu Tango was also an amazing experience because they're tapas.
Okay, I was gonna ask what kind of.
So they're tapas, but they're like world infused. So it's like we had everything from pizza to flatbreads to egg rolls.
Are they like in the same building, or they're just owned by the same people?
So they're owned by the same people. It's ARP is the company, but their location is they're both on I-Drive. Cafe Tutu Tango has been there since like 1992 or something.
Oh wow,
they've been around a long time.
Wow.
And then after ARP, which was Mia's and Cafe, I went to a really cool place. I think one of the coolest places you can ever work for culinary enthusiasts, and I think is it's a Swan and Dolphin hotel over in Disney.
Oh wow.
There's like over 22 different outlets. They do banquets. They do, everything. I'm talking about this is like, there's people travel all over the world to go there, but then also people travel all over the world to work there.
Oh, true.
So
what were you doing exactly there?
Man, I had a great job, bro. I was a cook 3, which is like their highest level cook, right? And I was in their chef program to move up. And it kind of worked out because it was a nice. I just had my son,
Nice.
I want to just change things up, and this is Marriott. This is Marriott company. So I'm like fully.
Yeah, you secured.
I'm corporate now. Like I get the 401k package.
You made it, baby.
And it's like, damn, I'm in a corporate company, but I'm also in culinary. So it's like you don't really get that. This is like literally like the gold mine. And
at Disney too, man.
And I'm at Disney.
That's crazy.
And then so what I did there, I started at the Mediterranean restaurant, which they did all Mediterranean, everything from France to Greece to Italy to North Africa. We did, and then there's Shula Steakhouse. I worked there for a little bit, which is Shula's has been in Orlando since 2000, and it's an awesome steakhouse in Disney. So I've served so many celebrities. I think the best celebrity I served that was kind of really cool was Captain America.
Chris Evans?
Chris Evans.
You served Captain America.
Yeah, every Thanksgiving, I think he has dinner there with his family, and there's like all these private rooms, so you don't know who you're serving. But certain celebrities come, and you're like, yo, I gotta see him. I gotta say what's up.
Yo, Cap, if you're listening, we're sorry we just gave you Thanksgiving location
sorry,
out there, but they don't know the room. But we're just saying that's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So you actually served him though, like
yeah. I've served a few ball players. I've served Snooki from
Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore.
Oh wow.
man, I so many where you're just kind of like, okay, cool, whatever.
It's kind of funny that the two different people you go from is Captain America to Snooki. That's
It was
levels
a wide
of
range.
class.
Yeah, you got like a C class celebrity, then you got like an A class movie lister. But well, it's funny because she didn't have the private room. She was in like the general seating, which kind of matched like the her status. But then
oh, that's funny.
back last year, 2023, someone reached out to me. Wasn't really looking for a job. Just kind of coasting over at the Disney. I was moving through the ranks. I've been in top leadership, so I'm like mid-tier leadership. So honestly, my job at this point is really easy. I'm having fun. I'm working. A little bit of a pay cut, but with the benefits, it kind of worked out really well.
Yeah.
And I'm just coasting. Doing my thing, being me. Having fun. Every other week is a different week. I'm at one restaurant or I'm at banquets this week, and I'm just learning. I'm rubbing elbows with like some of the best chefs like in the world, honestly.
Nice.
No, I had a good colleague of mine with opening this restaurant, and they knew I was the perfect guy for it. It was a perfect blend of pizza, wood-fired oven with a scratch kitchen in the back, and the person that was opening the restaurant at the time, they were like, we have the perfect guy. So they reached out to me, and I've been now the executive chef at F&D Wood-Fired Italian Kitchen now for over a year now.
Let's go! Congratulations!
Over a year now,
That's
and
amazing,
I was the
brother.
opening chef. So imagine that's a
huge come up, bro.
Yeah, so
huge come up. Congrats, executive chef.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, what exactly does that mean? Is that the same as like top chef? Is that what exactly does executive chef mean?
Well, it means, it's a lot of hats,
I got you.
Sometimes you're the dishwasher,
True.
Sometimes, you're the plumber. Sometimes you got to be the electrician.
Yeah. You're kind of like the kitchen manager, maybe? Not to demote you, but...
well, yeah, you're definitely doing that.
Yeah, I apologize.
No, you're definitely managing the kitchen. That's for sure, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, that's part of it.
Yeah.
But on a big level, though, I'm doing like recipe costing. I'm building new recipes. I got to stay up to date with trends and
True.
And what's working, what's not working, cost analysis. I mean, there's a lot of deep things here sometimes when it's not just, managing the fry guy.
Right.
But sometimes it's what goes into that. What are we frying? You know what I mean?
The amount of oil and stuff you probably need.
Things like that. So you're not just managing costs, but, when we opened, we weren't open for brunch. And I was like, I think we got a big opportunity for brunch,
Doesn't cost much, probably make more money.
Brunch is harder work, bro.
Really?
It's when you got a restaurant built for Italian food.
I'm gonna say those bottomless mimosas. I know it.
That's the easy part. But like,
so $20 a head, it probably costs you $3 to get.
And so one thing I did as executive chef is I developed our brunch menu. So that menu is all me, for sure.
Nice.
A lot of things on the menu itself is a combination between ownership and myself.
Awesome.
Obviously, ownership has a big say, and of course, I'm working for them to make sure, the recipes are being followed through. But those recipes are also mine too.
But you can't just see a recipe that's trending on TikTok and then say, "Hey, let's cook it."
Yeah, that's another facet is I do a lot of specials.
Okay.
Ownership lets me do, for the most part, anything I want.
Okay.
I mean, I stay within the realm of what's capable for us.
Yeah.
What makes sense, and if it's still profitable. Sometimes you want to run a great special, but if it's so many more that goes into it. So, like for example, I did fried mozzarella sticks. Sounds super simple, but when you make them by hand, the amount of labor that I put into that that dish was a lot.
Fried mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, because I was like breading where I'm cutting. I got logs of mozzarella. I'm cutting it down, getting these nice little logs. Then I'm double breading it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, were they amazing? They were amazing. I mean, the guests were like, "Can we have more? Can we have more?" But the amount of work we were putting out, or prep, it was a lot. It was a lot. So you gotta have fun with these specials.
Yeah.
Give them what they want. But when we have our regular menu that we have to operate, I cannot deviate and hurt what's on the menu.
Of course.
to just run something that can be kind of a temporary thing.
Well, that's good that you still get the creative input to do it.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I mean, sometimes I want to do more sometimes, but because I care and I like to do things right, I tend to take my time. So now I do what I like to do. That I will get like a monthly special, or I'm do it for like bi-weekly, and it just kind of works out better because, like I said, I put all the time and effort. So I think, okay, well, I can run this for 2 weeks. So how much can I buy?
Right.
Right, because you're not just the artist. You got to be the business guy too.
Right.
You gotta be the hustler. You know what I'm saying? You gotta break this little eighth down. How much can I get out of it? You know what I mean? Like,
good reference.
You know, so you gotta apply all that to being a chef, and that's where it's a lot of pressure.
No, especially being the executive chef. But you mentioned cooking some creative stuff. What's the weirdest thing you've ever cooked?
I think everyone freaks out, and I think it's pretty simple, but everyone freaks out when I do octopus.
Octopus, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it is a freaky thing to cook.
Yeah, it is.
How is that process of cooking octopus?
It's a little bit of a process. I mean, so I usually get the fresh octopus in.
They're dead, right? They're not like lobster, right?
They're dead, but they move around. Like they're still like, you know.
Say that again, but make it make sense. They're dead, but they really?
Those tentacles, they're moving.
Like, is it muscle memory, I'm guessing?
It's not muscle memory, but... But they're, you know, it gets a little slimy.
Okay, so.
But I blanch them. I'll like boil them in water, right? And the water has like allspice, Baileys, lemon zest, oranges.
That sounds great, yeah.
Just a bunch of flavors, right?
Yeah.
I like blanch that, cook that. And then when it comes out, it's a lot stiffer.
Oof.
Right? And then normally from there, I like to grill it. So I'll pretty much cut the tentacles.
Right.
I break it. I like to keep the tentacles full because, you know, presentation purposes, and then I'll grill them, popping them in the oven with a nice chimichurri or some kind of sauce or something on top of it. But people love it though.
So it's obviously not raw. It's very seasoned and cooked.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Oh my god,
I'm not a big fan of anything raw.
Okay, because
maybe a little bit of carpaccio, but not.
What is the deal with raw food, especially if we're on the topic of seafood stuff like caviar? Like, why is that looked at as like fish eggs? Why is that looked at as such a sophisticated and elegant kind of meal?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest as a chef.
Okay.
Because I come from like the school of hard knocks.
All right.
So I'm more of like, I prefer my grandma's cooking.
Love it.
Than some fine dine restaurant.
I agree.
Like that rustic, like I'm gonna cook with one pot, and I'm gonna make a paella or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I think
cook with love, man.
You know, a lot of these places with caviar. I think it's just for me, it feels like status. You know, to me, it doesn't taste great.
No, it does not.
Now, not taking away nothing from chefs that work in white tablecloth.
Gotcha.
You know, because I worked in steakhouses and stuff like that.
I get it.
And a lot of my knowledge comes from that. But I think sometimes when things are exaggerated too much, it takes away from me like the true purpose. You know what I mean?
I get it.
Like I want to leave full. I don't want to leave. I mean, you look at me. I'm a big boy. I like to eat. You know, so I'm a little bit. That's why I like to have fun with my food. But it's a full meal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I've put like thought into the starch, thought into the vegetables, thought into anything I do.
Is there any raw food that you actually cook or serve raw like that?
Well, we do carpaccio.
What exactly is carpaccio?
Carpaccio is I do eye of round, which is a piece of beef, right? It's kind of similar to like a tenderloin. We freeze it. And then we slice it really thin, and we put it on a plate, and then we'll season it. I have like an herb aioli that goes on top. I have pickled red onions. I put fried capers, a little bit of breading, a little bit of cheese.
So you're a chef. I love it.
So I'll have those fun things on there.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I eat raw.
It doesn't even sound raw because of what you put on it, though.
What I put on it, and it's really thin, so it like melts in your mouth.
Okay,
it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good.
What would you say is your favorite dish that you've cooked? Since that's the weirdest, what's your favorite dish that you've cooked?
I think my favorite dish. It sounds funny. It sounds funny to say, but I like making like some Latin food.
Okay.
Like I'm talking about, like I'm gonna make the beans. I'm gonna chop up the sofrito myself. I'm I'm gonna put the pot. I'm gonna put the little bay leaf in there.
Let's go.
I'm gonna let it cook for a while. I'm gonna make love to the rice. I'm gonna throw a few pieces of onion in the rice, so when it comes out, it kind of you see it in there.
Little fresh onion slices in there.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and then either or do like a slow cook pernil or slow cooked chicken. Anything that's like kind of slow cook, kind of like where it's off the bone, whether it be anything. It's whatever we kind of have in the moment. I think to me it reminds me of, like I said, grandma.
Yeah, it's cooked with love.
You know what I mean?
It's
like
that family cooking.
It's cooking, and I do that for the team. Family meals and stuff like that. That's just normally what I cook.
Nice.
You know, because it makes everyone happy.
It's something about that brings people together.
Yeah.
I mean, me being from the islands, I understand the same thing. Like my parents cooking one pot too, you know, for a lot of meals, that big wok kind of thing. But I'm glad you still have that culture and you still kind of follow through with it. I got to ask a question because you're talking a lot about the kitchen and like being an executive chef and how you got to kind of manage a lot of stuff while also cooking. Have you ever seen the movie Waiting?
I have.
Is being an executive chef anything like the movie Waiting?
I would say Waiting kind of reflects more of like the mainstream eats that we kind of like
Chain restaurants.
like the Chili's, the Applebee's,
Yeah.
the TGI Fridays, the Outhouses. That reflects that.
Okay.
For sure, probably to almost a T.
Would you say in the more Disney, Marriott kind of places, it's a little bit more cool and chill?
It's definitely, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong, those people party too, but while they're working, it's not as crazy, for sure.
They're not like Luis Guzman just dropping food and picking it back up.
Yeah.
Is the 5-second rule a thing?
It's not a thing.
It's not a thing?
It's not a thing.
So you mean like 1 second it's over? Like you can't...
It's a wrap.
You mentioned the chain restaurants. We were talking earlier how chain restaurants are shutting down, man.
That's a lot of them, man.
Chain restaurants are shutting down.
Like left and right.
According to Forbes magazine, a list of 10 fast casual restaurants that have shut down in the last year. Number 1, Cracker Barrel. Number 2, Applebee's. Number 3, TGI Fridays. Number 4, Denny's. Number 5, Boston Market. Number 6, Red Lobster. Number 7, MOD Pizza. Number 8, PDQ. Number 9, Outback Steakhouse. And number 10, Hardee's. Oh, they threw in Tijuana Flats as well. Yeah, most of these places. Tijuana
Flats had like a big drop off, and they're from Orlando.
Tijuana Flats actually filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Yeah,
they're like pretty much going to be done.
Yeah.
They're not just shutting down locations. Applebee's said they're shutting down 25, 35 locations. Denny's is shutting down 57. Outback Steakhouse, it actually holds a very special place in my heart because I used to busboy there. They are shutting down 41 Australian locations.
That's crazy.
American locations. But yeah, it's insane because we were talking about this earlier, how restaurants used to be a huge staple of, I would say, the generation before us. I would say, let's say 1950, 1940 up until 2010, 2015, maybe even the pandemic. But the newer generation, to your point you were saying earlier, we're more into like the small businesses. We're more into supporting the local restaurants and things like that. Do you think that's the reason that chain restaurants are dying now?
I do think that has a big part into what's been going on.
Because to me, those independent small businesses, you're going to pay $20 for a little chicken tenders meal with fries. It's going to be fresh and delicious versus I could go to Applebee's, spend $6, get drinks, get food, get wings, and I'll have a great time, you know? So it's kind of surprising that, you know, the cheaper option isn't really surviving now versus the more expensive option.
It is kind of weird. It is weird if you really think about it, because those places you can normally get, I don't know, Chili's has like 2 for $20.
Oh yeah, of course.
And then it was like
TGI Fridays too.
Yeah, like
I used to love going there with like my family, but I also knew they loved going there too because it wasn't breaking bank to get a meal.
You can actually enjoy yourself there. Now I would say though, there's been a lot of factors involved into this. I think quality has gone down.
Okay.
I think a lot of new places, or a lot of these older places, they've streamlined, and they kind of fall into like this old American way of like industrializing everything.
That's true.
So everything is super like, I don't know, mass produced.
Wow.
Even the way they work is like a lot of employees work a little bit of hours.
Yeah.
So it just creates this like, we'll just rotate someone else in, whatever.
It's very expendable.
Very expendable.
Yeah.
Everything is very expendable.
Yeah.
And so it's a easy and a quick way to get things out for sure. But I think it's lost its certain little touch.
Like you said, that family kind of value.
That family, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's someone like you know the person that cooked it for you.
That's true.
So I think that has a lot to do with it. I think, Instagram,
Right. Social media.
Social media.
For sure.
Everyone millennial and down is on social media.
That's true.
And they want to go to that spot that has the barrel tacos, or they want to go to the place that has the great pizza, or they want to go to the sushi spot that have a few seats. They want
Right.
to do the ramen. So it's like whatever's popular, it's like it's great for the small business because they're able to capitalize and especially in Orlando. I think Orlando have a niche in the Mills 50, Bumby, Milk District.
Yeah, in Orlando, especially the Asian spots. There's such a Korean section,
Yeah,
such a
there's great
Japanese
stops.
section.
It's great,
and it's constantly opening because of social media. It's like promoting this place. Trust me, I'm a DJ. They be asking DJs to come here now, but like that's to your point. These restaurants are that popping where they're getting DJs now. I ain't never seen a DJ at Applebee's. I ain't never seen a DJ at Chili's.
And then when you go to these places, you only see the older generations. Really
it's always especially in Florida, it's the retired Florida Karens and the.
And there's less and less of them,
It's true. It's true.
And I think also, as a whole, as a country, I hate to say it, we're more ethnic. There's more Latins. There's more brown
minorities.
people.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and with Latins, you could be black. True. You know what I mean? You could be Afro-Latin. You could be a white. You know what I mean? But like I feel like everything that's going up. Maybe it's just here in Orlando, but it's like a Venezuelan spot or mercatos, which is like they do like empanadas, like Colombian food.
Oh, delicious!
And they've been like they're popping up everywhere.
True, that's
so
true.
It's like when places are shutting down, the little guys are popping up.
No, yeah,
you know what I mean. And so it's like it's a good thing. I think, because they're being innovative. They're the ones using the tablets. They're the ones.
It's true.
They're able to fix your problems quicker because they're a smaller operation.
And they're not using the same, like, to your point, industrial kind of formula that all these other chain restaurants are using. Like, if you worked in an Outback Steakhouse, you could easily work at Applebee's. Like, there's no difference.
Yeah, it's not much of a difference, yeah.
You brought up a good point with the small businesses, how they're using new technology. How do you feel about food trucks? Because there's a lot of those popping up as well in terms of the restaurants are dying, but food trucks are booming. How do you feel about that business?
I think that kind of adds to the whole lore of things.
Yeah.
As the same time as these little brick and mortar spots that are cool and hip, there's also a plethora of food trucks. I mean, it's funny, fun fact, my cousin owns a food truck. I mean,
nice.
it's great food.
Where does he go? Where does the food truck go?
He's normally like he'll call Banditos Tacos. Shout out.
Yeah, nice.
He started right after COVID.
Nice. I think a lot of those places probably did because during the COVID time, you couldn't sit down, right? Like it was.
You had to adapt.
You had to adapt. So food truck is perfect, right? You could space people out outside, have a line and things like that.
And then you can manage it pretty easy. It's usually a small team.
That's what I was going to ask. So since your cousin is actually in that business and you have a lot of business being an executive chef, what are the cost differences? I'd imagine it's a lot cheaper than renting out like a spot, right?
Yeah, it's funny because I'm always I'm an aspiring owner one day, so
yeah.
I'm always weighing out these options myself.
Right.
Like how am I going to strategize my next
right,
move?
like I'm into it.
With food trucks, to me, it's all upfront cost. For sure, in my opinion, because you have to get the equipment, the food truck. Usually when they build out a new food truck, they put new equipment in.
Yeah, true.
Now, there's a lot of aspects into building a food truck. I for sure managed and operated at a lot of different levels.
Yeah.
But there's certain intricacies with a food truck. You have to be able to fit in a confined space, make sure you got the units, how much gas you're pumping out. What I mean? It's a lot of those little factors you got to make sure you got.
A lot of electricity and power you run into. Like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I think with owning like a brick and mortar, which is like a physical location, a lot of times with that, building out your location can be very expensive, but sometimes you can finance it. I think they both have their challenges.
True.
I think on a small scale and a more manageable scale, it's more affordable to start with a food truck for sure.
Gotcha.
But I've seen brick and mortar places start up pretty small. Actually, when a place I opened, Costello's, we literally had 3 people working. It was like,
Wow.
and all we had was a pizza oven in there. And we did no dining service. We only did takeout and delivery.
So 3 people in total. Manager,
That was it.
cook,
We
everything.
had a guy who cooked the pizzas, right? And then we had a guy that will take orders and like help bag up and like do odds ends. And then we had 1 delivery driver.
Damn.
Quick little story is the owner came to me. He was like, "Hey, I want to sell the restaurant." I was like, "I can't do it. I'm like 20 years old, but I don't got no. I got maybe like a few $100 to my name."
Right.
And crazy, man. He wanted to sell the restaurant for $30,000.
It's nothing.
$10,000 down. Pay me $1,000 a month so you pay it off.
It's nothing. $1,000 rent ain't
Yeah, bro. And he eventually sold it to the guy who was in charge. I was the number 2 guy at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and the number 1 guy was a guy named Fabio. Shout out to Fabio.
Shout out.
Fabio's still running Costello's.
Nice.
He's still in there making pizzas.
That's awesome, man.
And I think it worked out perfect because he got his little piece. You know what I mean? He got his little piece of pie. You know what I mean?
Literally.
I think a lot for a lot of us guys, a lot of OGs that have been in the industry, we kind of like cheer for like fellow guys to kind of get the piece of pie.
Of
You know
course.
what I mean?
You want them to win, bro.
You know, and I think I'm kind of there. I'm like, I've been in the game. I've been paying my dues. I've been like, you know, my track record. I got championship rings. I got MVPs.
Now we just trying to get you in the Hall of Fame. at
That's
this
it,
point.
bro. Just give me just solidify me in a little spot.
We got
man.
you. You got to own the team now, right? You already played for other teams.
That's
you already
the next
got them
move.
titles. You got to actually own the team. You had LeBron status at this point.
I
Right?
am.
You had
I
LeBron.
am. I'm going on, you know. But you know what's funny? It's like where I'm at sometimes I feel like a lot of times where I'm at now, there's a lot of people are at that point a lot older.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes younger. You'd be surprised. I've met younger executive
Nah, but
chefs.
for the age you're at, I think you're at a good spot. Yeah.
But I would say, for me, I'm still learning. Even I'm 33. I've been doing it since I was 16.
Shout out.
I'm going on 17 years.
That's crazy.
And I'm still learning.
Yeah.
This year alone, what I learned about dough,
Right.
16 years into the game, I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? It's like you're trying to elevate. It's funny because I follow people on Instagram or social media, and they're big. They're big on social media because they have a following because of pizza, and I'm like, I can't stand the dude. I can't. But this guy is doing something right. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's
and
true.
so you have to pick up and learn, and not saying copy, but
Adapt.
Right. Adapt. And I think adapt and overcome is like the key words for this industry for sure.
Well, you mentioned pizza people, and you mentioned how you just learned some stuff about dough. For those who don't know, this guy's a pizza connoisseur, not just from the experiences we were talking to him about, but I actually took a trip to New York, and the whole squad that we were in was very, very excited to see your review of this pizza. Now, mind you, I had the pizza the night before at Brick Pizza, Brick Oven, but Brick had some delicious pizza.
Great pizza.
It was phenomenal. But when we had it, they were like, "All right, we got to see what Jimmy's gonna say."
Yeah, it's so funny.
We
Like,
got to say what his opinion's gonna be. Like we were gonna give him worse pizza at first, so you had some bad pizza to compare it to.
Yeah.
Then once you had Brick, you would have been like, "Oh, it was amazing." But you had that pizza. We were super excited. I'm talking drum roll, like waiting for his opinion. What was your opinion? What did you give on that pizza?
I believe we gave it a 9.2.
A 9.2, and to
That's
me,
what it
that's
was, right?
a 10
That
in
was
my
it.
book from Jimmy's scale.
That was a great pie, man.
What goes into making a good pizza? You have all this pizza experience.
Oh my God,
You're
bro.
always learning, but what goes into making a 9.2 pizza? Please tell us.
A 9.2, man. A 9.2 starts 2 days before.
Oh, okay. Tell us.
A 9.2 starts 2 days before because you're planning the age of your dough.
Right.
Everything from you're controlling the hydration, you're controlling the amount of yeast you're putting in,
Right.
what you're feeding it. You know, there's just so many factors. You know, what's the temperature? How long am I leaving it outside in this temperature versus 10 degrees cooler?
This is just the dough.
This is just the dough.
Wow.
This is just the dough.
So could you tell that this place had good dough?
I mean, I held the pizza up. It had a spine. When you have it, you know what I mean. It held up. It was crunchy.
Ooh.
It was, but still a little soft inside, where it absorbed the sauce. And and then if you have a good sauce, you know what I mean. It complements the dough even better.
Oof.
And then the cheese brings it together. And that's really pizza right there.
So
You know
what would have given that pizza that extra 0.8?
I think it was just it just hit on every level.
Okay.
From the bake to the dough to the sauce. And I think that for me the easy part's the cheese.
Right.
Because the cheese is you just get a good cheese. You know, and then when you're in the game, you know what brands are good cheeses or not. You know what I mean?
You know your cheese after a while.
You know what I mean? You know, okay, he's using that grande, he's using that whole milk, your low moisture, you know what I'm saying? You know, okay. You know, so the cheese game is one aspect. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because sometimes mediocre pizza places will use a great cheese to carry them.
I get you. Everything else is kind of decent. The dough's decent.
It's a flat 6'9" because you got a decent cheese on there. You know what I mean?
That's the secret. They just hide it with cheese. That makes sense.
So the dough and the sauce, I think, bring you to that 9.2 level.
Nice. Yeah, I will agree. It was actually one of the best pizzas I've had. It was perfect for the occasion. It was delicious. I loved it.
When we went to go review this pizza, for me it was just like we're getting pizza. It was like that, you know, we're walking in the pizza shop, and then I order the pizza, and all you guys are standing around me, and I'm like, what's up, guys? And we're like, no, bro, you gotta rate the pizza. So I'm like, all right, bet.
Yo, what is it, bro? What is it?
And so it was like a thing for me to rate the pizza.
It really was, man. We were banking on your opinion. I hope you know your opinion.
That was awesome. It's
very credible. Your opinion is very justifiable. We look towards your opinion because we know your experience, bro.
Yeah.
And after hearing you talk about all this, I didn't know you had that many years of pizza in the game.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot.
I mean, I even remember the consulting I did with Joe's dad.
Yeah, that was for his pizza restaurant.
For a little pizza. That was the fusion with the pizza Spanish food.
Yeah, with the Dominican spot. Yeah,
it's like get your mofongo, but walk out with a slice too.
That's amazing. That's a good,
like, you know
good combo.
Like get your mofongo, but then bring your kid a slice of pizza home. So you come home with something. You know what I mean? Like,
since we're talking about pizza, since we're talking about is it good, is it not? I got a really important question. This is a question that I need to ask an executive chef. Is it really that bad to order a steak well done?
It's that bad, bro.
Is it that bad?
It's that bad.
Run it for me. Explain it to me, please.
It's just, I mean, there's nothing more. Coming from a steakhouse, right? This is not even when I worked the pizza game. So I'm at Shula's Steakhouse. Mind you, I'm cooking easily 350, 400 steaks a night.
Oof, that's a lot.
Right? And you see that well done, and you're in the heat of battle, you're like, motherfucker. Excuse my language, right? You know what I mean? And then it's just, first of all, that steak's gonna take 25 minutes.
Really? So it takes significantly longer.
It takes, we're cooking raw prime steak. So it's like, it takes, now we're on 25 minutes minimum.
That's a lot.
So it's a lot of time. It's a lot of time. And when you got that quality of steak, and you're killing it, you're literally killing it. I mean, that's how we feel. It's just like, I mean, Midwell we'll live with you.
Midwell's good. Okay, Midwell's
like
decent.
it's like a compromise. Like, hey, we'll let you live. We'll let you live. Like, we have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? We definitely judging you though by what you order food.
I got
and
you.
that's almost any cook.
Really?
Yeah.
So how should I order my steak so I don't get judged?
If you want, like,
is medium rare good or medium? You said medium well is acceptable. Is medium rare good?
I mean, if you're at a prime steakhouse and you get yourself a little New York strip or a little ribeye or a little filet mignon, Chef Jimbo slice, I'm getting mid rare.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting mid rare, right, with some mashed potatoes.
You want that nice pink?
Yeah, I want that pink, man.
Okay.
You know.
I don't know if I'm ready for that, but I
get it. I get it because I got
I
got Mexican families, I got Costa Rican family. From where we come from, everything is well done.
Yeah, you cook the hell out of that.
But the thing is we're not eating
the meat that
filet mignon.
Yeah,
we're not eating porterhouse steaks. You know what I'm saying? We're eating like shit that should be well done,
right?
Basically, you know what I mean.
We're trying to kill the bacteria.
And so, like, I get it. I get the battle. But I think we hit a certain age where we just gotta be like, you know what?
Oh man,
So where you at right now? Are you eating it well done?
No, I used to be. I'll be honest. I'm talking like maybe 10 years ago. I was a well done guy, like early 20s. As I grew up, I will say it changed just because
You worked the Outback.
I worked at Outback, but honestly, there was a lot of people that had well done steaks there. If you're gonna get a well done steak, you gotta go to Outback Steakhouse, right? Like you don't go to, like you said, like a prime rib spot, like
Yeah,
even
nah.
like a Longhorn. You don't go there and order a well done steak. That's
Yeah.
just disrespectful. But I've asked this question many times and I've learned. I understand why you're like killing the quality and the protein of the meat. I get it, but I just didn't understand the full dynamics behind it. And if you guys really do get upset, but it seems like you guys really do.
I mean, we laugh about it. It's more of like at least for some of us, it's like good banter. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
at least we're providing entertainment for the kitchen at that point.
yeah. Yeah, we're definitely making fun of you. We're laughing at you. For all you people out there ordering well done steaks, when you go to a nice place and you order a well done steak, just know those steak chefs are either cursing you out
Oh man.
or making fun of you, or they probably know you're West Indian or Latin.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You know what I
bro.
mean? For sure. They're gonna look out the window and be like, it's
that
him. I don't know. I don't have to look at the table number. I don't have to look at anything. But that Jose over there, he ordered it well done.
Oh no!
Shout out to Jose, my brother-in-law. He ordered a well done steak the other day
He really
for his
did?
birthday. He did.
For his birthday.
For his birthday. And I'm thinking, bro, you work in the game.
You know how? Oh.
Like you should have graduated at this point.
Did you criticize him the whole time?
Oh, I did immediately.
Good. I'm glad.
I did.
I'll never order a well done steak if I come to your place.
I mean, Midwell is good. I'll let you live.
medium well, yeah. I mean, I could probably do
I'll
medium
let you
rare.
live. Just it'd be like a little bit of color, just not much.
You're gonna know it's for that Trini guy outside.
So I'll let you live with Midwell. I'll let you live.
Let me ask you one more question, man, because I ask a lot of people this question at the very end of my interviews, right? We talked a lot about your experience here. You got about, 17 years in the game in total, 10 years in the game in pizza. You've opened up restaurants. You've done it in Orlando. You've done it post-COVID. You've consulted for places as well. Since you got so much experience in the game, let me go ahead and ask, man, where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Where do you see yourself in the game? Are you still making pizza? Are you eating well-done steak? Where do you see it 10 years from now?
Man, I need to have my spot.
Right.
I think that's for me. That's the final boss.
Let's manifest it, baby.
I think I've made a lot of money for a lot of people,
Right.
and I think I needed to learn the game, pay my dues.
Right.
But my time will come.
Right.
And I have to do the right thing. Do it right, because I know I have one chance to do it. And knowing me and what I've done before, everywhere I've gone, and the success they've had, I could only imagine what I could do for myself.
I love it, man.
You know what I mean?
That's amazing, man. I love how you said you've made a lot of money for people, but it's time to do it for yourself.
Yeah.
This is LeBron James effect. Let's be real.
Let's get it, bro.
It's literally, you got your rings. I think you've played for other teams, multiple teams.
Multiple teams.
You brought them money,
multiple
but
championships.
now it's time to bring your own team.
That's it,
Your
man.
own
My
rings,
little
bro.
team in Vegas.
I love it. I'm rooting for you 10 years from now. I hope I'm still a part of,
Hey,
your
when it
circle.
happens, I'm gonna need you. Listen,
DJ.
you're part of the team, bro.
that opening DJ.
Listen, you're that opening DJ.
Bro, I'm there.
But what's more importantly is, for me, it takes a tribe.
Right.
Sometimes you don't need people in part of the everyday,
Right.
but just showing support, being a friend to come to call and talk to, because you have different perspectives than I do sometimes.
That's true. Yeah.
And so sometimes I gotta give you your flowers. I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, I appreciate
I really
you, man.
I really do. And I think, over I mean, we've known each other for a long time, if you think about
Nah,
it.
a minute, bro.
You know
Solid
what I
decade,
mean?
I would say, probably.
Solid decade,
Yeah,
bro. and you've been part of my journey ever since. I mean, you
Respect.
know that. I've talked about
Nah, yeah.
this for a long time.
But I
man.
love hearing it, man, especially hearing it like a recap of it, because I don't realize it all in the last 10 years. What I
Yeah.
mean? To see what you've actually done in the last 10 years, that's a journey, bro.
It is.
Props
bro.
to you, man. Congratulations to you, man. Like, thank you for coming out here and everything too. Is there anything else you want to say? Any place you want to shout out before we get out of here? Your people's, your place that you work at.
I want to shout out. I want to shout out my team.
Okay.
I think my team is the most important part. Every single one of them, to the dishwasher, to the guy who runs food. Together as one, I mean, we do an amazing job. And without you guys, I probably and even everyone in my past, thank you for believing in me and letting me be a good leader to everyone I've ever come across. And I'm not perfect, but thank you for everyone who's ever believed in me, for sure.
About to make me cry, bro. That was deep. That was beautiful, man. Chef Jimbo Slice, Jimmy, man. Thank you so much for coming on to the show, man.
Your favorite local chef. Remember that. Your favorite local chef in Orlando, Chef Jimbo Slice.
This guy right here. Thank you for sharing all your experiences with us, man. And ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in as well. In case you didn't know, we are available on all streaming platforms. That's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. You can follow us also on Instagram at Trini Declassified. That's at Trini DE Classified. If you guys have anybody that you know wants to come on the show on Trini Declassified, anybody with a small business, anybody with a following, anybody that's got a story to tell, please send them our way. It could be you. Holla at us. We would love to have you. We're trying to branch out and get to a bunch of people in Orlando, Florida, and even outside of Florida as well. So thank y'all as always for tuning in. Much love as always. Please make sure you follow us. Please make sure you like us. Please make sure you subscribe. And in case you didn't know, they call me Trini D. Peace and love.
I love it. I love it.
You are now listening to Trini D.
Classified.
They call me Trini D.